There is something electrifying about a vibrant community of learning, providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. A UT education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, sir. I'm excited. That should be fun.
I have a friend who plays beach volleyball.
You guys need to line up. Turn the AC on. I'm just coming back to say, how long was our LeBron guy's injury? Okay, good.
I went on a facial walk too. It was like the perfect day to be outside. It was weird though. I felt like campus was so like gloomy and dead today. Yeah, I know. I was like, where is everyone? Like, it felt like it was like a Sunday and everyone was like hungover in the morning or something. I'm like, where is everybody? It was so weird. But honestly, I feel like if we went to a Midwest school, that's like what it would be like. Like, when you go outside, if it was cold. Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh.
A little chilly.
Are all of our picks
Well, I'm
stipend?
saying it was like dead on campus today.
Dang.
And then you look at like, because I'm from the Midwest, and I mean, if you went to like Wisconsin and it's like snowing, and the campus would really be dead. I always think about that. Like, our campus is bumping at all hours. People are always outside, and I forget that that's like not normal. Like, my cousin went to Wisconsin, and I was happy with that. If it was snowing, I just got my.
You haven't seen Florida Southern yet,
like,
by any
I-
chance, have you?
I'm not going to class today.
Okay.
Here's theirs, Dwayne. You want?
Sure.
It wouldn't be for me.
Oh, okay. 6, 7, 14.
Oh, no, neither. I love the summers. It's really hard for me to ever.
I'll
like,
update the
stay
live
for
stats as soon as I get these.
The summer's awesome. I think Midwest summers. That's perfect. But the winter.
If I could just grab photos of on it. Yeah, there you go. I don't have, they have ours over there.
Oh, yeah. That's great, yeah. They do have Yes.
Oh, okay. I got ours. Thank you. Trade it.
You could throw boiling water in the air and it would turn to snow. Or it wouldn't evaporate, it would evaporate.
And this is the same kind of rules, like where there's no limit on subs. Players can check in and out.
I don't know how that is.
Because
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
But the first half, if you're taken out, you can't come back until the second. That's, I think, the only restriction.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Also, they did a recent change here. 15 minutes to go in the half is clock stops.
Oh, okay.
Which is for the winning team, I think.
winter.
Yeah,
time.
they limit the
Otherwise, it would
time stalling.
Gotcha. And there's extra time and all?
No.
No extra time.
No extra time. End of 90, it's a draw. It's a draw.
Nice.
We used to do overtime in gold, but
Nice and quick, eh?
postseason. Yep. Well, quick if the weather stays away.
Yeah, the weather is the one.
Look, I don't need that kind of talk right now, okay?
Don't say the L word.
Average day in the lightning capital of the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nobody knows how to drive.
What did he just say?
From where it's you can always tell who like just moved to Chicago. My car's spun out a lot. It's
Oh, fuck. Oh, well.
But you just gotta keep going. You can't go slow. Well, people get mean. People are so mean driving. Oh, I don't like it. I'm scared.
The hell?
See, I think this is like Nightcrawler by Travis Scott. It's a 5-minute and 50-second song. That's like half their warm up. I don't know if I can finally do it. We can do Bob.
All teams should be required to put pronunciation guides on their rosters.
Oh, they don't have it on there?
No, they do. That's why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Most Sunshine State Conference teams are good at that.
Most of them.
Huh.
That's the key word. Is Wilkerson starting? No, 25 and 26.
Garage.
28. Right.
Alpha will be here, Dwayne.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
32 and 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Shit. The real question is where I'm going to put all this shit. I love having the booth real close, but
Can't do too much clubbing music.
I'll be honest. It is.
Even lights on this field like baseball.
Yeah.
Like volleyball.
Oh, sweet. I don't even need this, do I?
Something with 2 boxes today, it's harder to fit.
Yeah. What's FO? Oh, never mind. I thought that was the year for a second. But now I realize it's just forward.
Forward, yeah.
Yeah. My lack of common sense tends to show. Oh well. I'm not here because I'm any kind of smart. I'm here because I can easily bullshit for 90 minutes straight.
Hey, you're good at it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Uh, 24. Gooner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. All right. Gotta give the people what they want, man.
One thing they're gonna do is dance. They dance a lot.
They dance, the men don't dance.
No, not at all. They're so skillful and serious. I think they're so cool.
Just like at parties, though.
I know. Yeah, yeah. But the girls have fun with it. No, we're not. She's from Memphis.
She talks like Glorilla does.
Have you ever heard her Memphis accent? It's hilarious. She's got that news instead of news.
Not music.
Our music. I love it. That's hilarious. Our music. I saw an interview with her and I was like, oh, I should love Memphis. It's so fun. Really? So fun. Like, I love her. My music. My music. I love it. I love her. I actually think when she did you ever hear her rap to a children's book?
No.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny. Hey, I gotta find it. Let's see. I think that was Glorilla. Oh, it's the llama. It's she's so good. She's like reading a children's book. She's really good. I actually really like her. I think she came to Tampa last year, but her tickets are like outrageous. And then Sexy Red came. I think she rescheduled because she got hit with Halloween.
Excuse me. Most tickets weren't doing well.
Really? Oh.
Ice buckets.
Oh, I think that makes sense to me. It's a little bit of a controversial gal lately. She's got some crazy things. I think Sexy Red's a really sensitive one. Sabrina Carpenter's coming at the end of this month, and hers are like $500 minimum for like nosebleed. You can't even see her. That's crazy. She just came to Chicago when I was there. I was so bummed I couldn't go.
back.
All right.
Everyone else freezing.
It is really
It is
cold.
hot outside.
No. Why is the AC on in here?
If you turn it off, it's gonna be.
If you turn it off and open the windows, it actually may be fine.
You try.
Turn it off. It's really cold. And I'll just open this.
Just so my hair doesn't go around.
Let me know how far, because I don't want you to not be able to see. So you go more?
That's good.
Okay.
Much better. I just don't want the wind to blow my hair around.
Mess up all the work you did this morning. Sure, it took hours. Oh. Yeah, that goes so weird for me. But I think it's like you go a little bit outwards and it's fine. Just because we're dead center. Yeah.
Hey, how are you? Mr. Dwayne.
How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you?
Good. Hi, guys. Alright, my phone is here. And I'm leaving my beat right on top of it. Still, where's
Actually, Taylor went out. Tom, everybody went out. They heard it coming. Which one are you singing the anthem?
You. They told me you were fun, so I said
Right out.
perfect.
People be running for the exit.
The Chicago Bears just played in London this weekend against the Jaguars, and apparently the. Oh my God, I know that. Did you see the national anthem? Did you hear it? It was so bad.
Really?
It was so bad. I just saw that. I was like, oh God. People were appalled. Apparently, it was really bad.
Who's singing?
She's some like old country singer, but I think she like sang it.
Oh no.
They're so bad. That's all you need to hear. It's like literally the beginning. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. But apparently she sang it like how she sings her other songs. But it's one song I don't know if you need to figure out the lyrics to. Like first
Oh yeah,
did that.
you needed a little, something.
Oh, that one I did.
Tradition I usually do is the Sour Patch Kids. It was always hitting different here, Loki. Taylor?
You got him.
Let me steal a couple. Probably a couple, just 2 or 3. Had a big dinner. Thank you.
Doing volleyball Saturday?
No, I think I'm in Daytona though.
When's in Daytona?
Saturday night. Well, like 7? Or like... That would get in the way of the volleyball.
Guys here for the hurricane?
No, I'm
I got here so early because I wasn't entirely sure where the soccer stadium was.
Wait, where's
And I just didn't
Were
eat
you
there.
here? Oh,
I usually try to get earlier too.
Oh, I know.
I actually left earlier today, but forgot about rush hour traffic.
How
Yeah, that's the other reason
The
I
final-
left. That's the other reason I left my house at like 4.
Final leg of the trip was like an hour, like almost off the road or whatever. So I was like, oh well.
Gosh, that's not bad. Ooh, I don't think I could do it. It was
Testing?
really brutally hot after. Like,
2.
After a cancellation and a couple of hurricanes, we are back here in Tampa as the Tampa Spartans are set to take on the Florida Southern Mocs in today's Sunshine State Conference matchup here at Pepin Stadium. Welcome into the broadcast booth. Josh Sperber here with Taylor Stowworthy. And though I just learned that we're on the opposite side of one of the bigger soccer rivalries in the world, we're going to keep it pretty civil because we are united here for the Tampa Spartans, who look to continue a solid start to the season with a home slate against Florida Southern.
Yeah, I will say, the only rivalry that matters tonight is Tampa and Florida Southern, a classic matchup between two Sunshine State Conference rivals. It doesn't matter what sport it is between the Spartans and Mocs. You know, there's always going to be a fire under these players to defeat our opponents. And Tampa definitely looks to be the favorite today. They've had a great regular season so far. They're coming off a draw, which they had at home against Lynn before hurricanes and other weather events got in the way, canceling a matchup against Florida Tech that'll get postponed. But before then, Tampa 4-1-2 in the season, although they're still looking for their second, third, or fourth conference point of the season.
And this would be a good time to do it. As you said, the Spartans have gotten the better of the Florida Moccasins for the most part in the series rivalry, 22-8-3. And a 6-3-1 record for UT over Florida Southern in their last 10. Last year, though, it was a scoreless draw, much like the previous match played by Tampa. What can the Spartans do to put one in the net tonight?
Well, that's going to be the question they've had to answer over the last almost 2 weeks now from their previous game. But that's useful for Tampa. They had a very good start to the season, but that 4-1 loss to Rollins, I think, definitely messed with the rhythm of this team. But the extended period might allow the Spartans to get back to their strong suit on offense, because they started the season with a bang, opening up on a weekend series against Christian Brothers and the Lee Flames, 3-0 victories twice in a row.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the season, and the Spartans 4-0-1 to start off the year. They have dropped their second to last game in Rollins and have drawn twice in their last 2 games, still looking for their first October victory. For the Spartans, who will start with the ball at midfield, Aiden Smith is in net, Sophia Libman, Zoe Whidden, Sophia Carlholm, Lauren Holschauer, and Kendall Gooner on defense, with Spartans playing with 5 in the back line, 2 midfielders and 2 forwards, or 3 forwards. So in midfield, Kate Russell and Lindsay Emerson, Sydney Dennis, Nellie Brenius, and Allie Wold, the 3 forwards for the Tampa Spartans. It's not too often you see a 5-2-3 formation, but that is what the Spartans are in today. Tampa taking it down the far sideline and sending it back past midfield as it's intercepted by the Mocs. And they're playing all on that far sideline right now as the Moccasins keep 4 in the back, a more conventional formation there. Jordan King, Liliana Jeffries, Frankie Gayton, and Madison Mail on the defensive side for Florida Southern as it's kicked forward by Jeffries, and it ricochets off a teammate back to the Spartans. Crossfield pass that is just going to stay in bounds as the Mock teetering with the ball on the right sideline as they try and win possession back in the defensive half of Florida Southern. They kick it forward, and now it's Tampa controlling it in their defensive half. 3 midfielders and 3 forwards, so a classic 4-3-3 formation for Florida Southern. Ori Gatako and Jamie Klein, as well as Morgan Elliott in the midfield, Allie Prentice, Anita Vera, and Ashley Schimberg up front. And this might be the first time I've seen a number 6, usually for a defensive midfielder, in a striking position. But obviously college soccer numbers a little bit different than we'll see it in the pros, as it is Holschauer who reflects the ball off of Morgan Elliott, kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in for Tampa. It'll be Holschauer on the sideline to take it.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Tampa formation. Even though they've got 5 defenders in the lineup, Whidden and other Spartan players usually play a more anchor defensive midfield role. So, similar to the Mocs, Tampa does run with aggressive fullbacks and a four-at-the-back system.
And with 5 in the back, you really need to have those fullbacks really kind of form into wingbacks. And that certainly seems to be the case with Lauren Holschauer, who takes the free kick in the right near the goal, roughly 30 feet from the net, kicks the free kick back, and it's sent in by Carlholm, far side, and it's controlled by Brania, sends it in towards the net. It misses for a goal kick. And Carly Brodsky in net for Florida Southern. She will be the netminder tonight.
Now, looking at the stats, both these goalies have had good years. Brodsky has a 128 goal allowed average in 8 games with 17 saves and just 10 goals conceded. Overall, not a bad season, although Tampa's goalie's done a little bit better. 7.4 goals allowed average. .74 should mention. It's not 7.40. That would be atrocious, but instead, Smith is indeed one of the better goalies in the Sunshine State Conference, alongside an 83.9 save percentage. Great stuff from Smith all year long. We'll see if the Mocs put her to the test, or maybe if the Spartans defense can give her a quiet return to the field after the long break for the Spartan side.
And Morgan Elliott's throw-in is taken over by the Spartans. Lindsay Emerson has her pocket picked, and now the Moccasins with a poor pass give the ball right back to Florida to Tampa. Here's Elliott again as it's booted and cleared by the Spartans defense. Controlling on the far side is Gayton. She kicks it up the middle, reflected back from Tampa, and it pings around, ends up at the feet of Branius. Branius knocks it around, and it ends up back on the foot of Branius, right in front of the Florida Southern's bench. It is almost taken out. Hard to see where that sideline begins on the far side here. But it's Florida Southern in control of the ball now. It's taken away briefly, but quickly returned to the Moccasins' possession. Numbers back for Tampa, but the Mocs still trying to push forward down that far sideline with Jordan King and Ashley Schimberg. Schimberg sends it forward, and it's knocked away by the defense. It'll be a throw-in deep in Tampa territory for the Moccasins. 5 minutes, just under, have elapsed so far in the first half. No score just yet, and we really haven't seen too much action from either goalkeeper.
Yeah, but this corner kick right here will be a big chance for the Mocs. Went just behind the corner flag, was very close, almost a very deep throw-in. But instead, looks like our first set piece is going to come from the corner, at least the Mocs' first set piece. We did have that free kick a few minutes ago.
In-swinging ball, top of the box, headed away by Branius. And now the Mocs control it. It's Schimberg. Loses her footing for a second, sends it in, and it's easily scooped up by Aiden Smith. Routine play for Tampa's netminder.
The routine plays are always the ones you have to make, you know. They're not really difficult, just get on top of the ball, but sometimes you'll see on the not top 10 highlights when a goalie just doesn't make that routine play, and Smith doing a good job to keep the scoreline level for the moment as Tampa brings it up.
And Holschauer really relishing that wing-back role, coming all the way into the offensive third of the field, but her pass is taken away by Ori Gatako. Great defensive play to clear the ball away briefly for the Mocs, and now they control it in front of their own bench. Ashley Schimberg running down the far sideline. And now up the middle, here come the Mocs. It's poked away, and that'll be Tampa possession. Kicked away by Holschauer. That's going to go all the way up the field, rolling towards the floor of the Southern defense. Cleared by Jeffries and out of bounds for a throw, and that Holschauer will take for the Spartans.
Good defense on the previous play. The Mocs had a nice counterattack brewing, but a strong challenge prevents the Mocs from doing anything, and Tampa looks like they'll be back on the defense now, or no, back in possession.
And the last couple of games for the Spartans have really been defensive battles, with the exception really being the game at Rollins where they lost 4-1 back on October 2nd. But a 0-0 tie at home against Lynn, 0-0 tie against Colorado Springs, and a 2-1 win against Colorado State Pueblo around that October 2nd loss. And now Tampa has it at the edge of their box, making it in to the opponent's box, and the Moccasins will let that one roll out of bounds. No, it gets kicked back in. Now it's booted out of bounds by the Mocs defense. Throw in for Tampa very deep in the mock zone. And Tampa has controlled much of the possession so far. Still been a pretty defensive-minded game thus far, Taylor.
Yeah, and Tampa definitely is a team that can thrive on the counterattacks, but it's kind of funny to see the side being more possession dominant alongside that counterattacking ideology. Doesn't always blend super well in terms of the world of tactics, but for most of the games in the season, it's worked well for the Spartans, and staying solid on defense has been a big strength. The question today will be, can they get back on the score sheet?
Brodsky with a punt, goes halfway through the field, quickly returned to the Spartans. Sophia Carlholm controls it, has it poked away, and now it's in possession of the Moccasins. Kick back forward to Morgan Elliott, and cleared away for Breneas, who is the lone striker forward. She appears to be manning the middle of the field for Tampa out front. Now Jordan King under control. Just a true fullback with four in the back for the Mocs, while the Spartans are playing with wingbacks on either side as Aiden Smith comes out to scoop up the loose ball in her box, and she'll have to throw this one away. Still scoreless here. 8 minutes have gone by in the first half as this one is punted to the midfield by Aiden Smith. Ball knocks off the head of King and sent to the other side of the pitch by Emerson. Now it's the Mocs with possession. The ball just ping-ponging around midfield as Holschauer staying aggressive. She has looked so sharp from that left wing-back position.
Yeah, I mean, all season long, Tampa's had a lot of great play from the wingbacks. It hasn't just been Holschauer. You'll also see Sophia Libman having some good attacks. That time she got dispossessed, but the Spartans, they can play it very well out wide, and those defenders are very flexible. They'll make those big stops, but they're also a catalyst for the offense. They're able to link up with some of the dangerous attacking threats the Spartans have as well. They're tough to deal with for opposing teams, and so far, we've already seen great things on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Holschauer has been in control for a lot of the ways, but we've seen a couple of nice runs from Sophia Libman coming down that far side as the right wing back. But still really not much has come to it. Tampa has certainly spent more time in its opponent's box, but I mean, neither team has really had a clean shot on net so far, and we're about 10 minutes through the first half.
It's well and truly the battle of the midfield and the battle of the exteriors of the attacking and defending thirds. I don't expect these teams to concede too many high percentage chances this early into the game, but it's when both teams are really looking for a goal. If someone takes the lead, that's when they'll be a little more vulnerable for the counterattack. Or when fatigue sets in, that's when the door and window kind of opens and the goalies start to get put to the test, but still sort of in the testing stage, the wading sort of into the water. Maybe you're at the beach and you're sort of feeling the temperature, and that's what these teams are doing. They're just getting settled in, and the Spartans might be getting some momentum as they keep getting settled, although that's a good interception by the Mocs.
3 of the last 4 games for the Mocs were postponed. They lost 1 and tied 1 game right around the start of August. First shot on net for the Mocs. Bangs off the post, and it goes in. How about that? The Florida Southern Moccasins coming out of nowhere, and with a long-distance shot, we have goal number 1. Ashley Schimberg gets the tally, and the Florida Southern Moccasins take the lead right past the 10-minute mark of the first half.
Wow, and that is why you have to be aggressive as an attacker. You saw a moment of weakness on the defense, got the loose ball, and even though it was a long-range effort, Schimberg perfectly placed it to the left-hand side of Smith. It ricochets off Smith, off the post, into the net, and for the number 6, it's her 5th goal of the year. She now has a total of 11 points on the 2024 campaign. That's a great start for the Mocs, and they're leading the way in this rivalry match.
Yeah, and if you can hit the inside of the woodwork, chances are that shot's going to hit the net. And now it's a 1-0 lead, and Tampa likely to slot up the aggression against their former coach, who is the skipper for the Moccasins in Jerry Lucy. Ball on the far sideline. Libman sends it in. It's knocked away by the Moccasins, and that will go out of bounds for a Spartans throw-in. 2 shots on goal in the first 10 minutes and change of this game, And just one shot, not on net for the Spartans.
Those numbers should certainly increase soon for the Spartans, especially since they'll start to look to get a little more aggressive. You had suggested it after that, or right after the goal had been scored, but certainly expect more direct counterattacking play, and ironically, the Spartans will kind of be sacrificing possession for more direct chances.
Yeah, but their wingback play, the way that you see Holschauer and Libman run up the sides of the pitch, that is something that I think down the road could be dangerous. I mean, they really could just wear these Florida Southern players out with that wing play. And it really seems like Tampa is trying to stretch out the width as much as they can so far in this one. And that's a leading ball. Way out comes Aiden Smith, corner of the box, as she takes it away from an oncoming moccasin. I believe that was Ori Gatako. Now Emerson clears it past midfield, easily intercepted by Gatako. She's been all over the pitch from the middle of the park as she sends it down the right sideline to Allie Prentice. Prentice looking to cross it in, knocks off a defender. That's Holschauer with a great block, almost picked the pocket, and now it's cleared by Holschauer. Here come the Mocs again. It has been Tampa with the majority of the possession thus far, but Florida Southern has been able to cash in on the goal opportunities. Those, again, have been slim.
You can look at the stats, look at the possession. Not at this level, but at other levels of soccer, you can look at the XG and the other analytical numbers. But at the end of the day, the only points that truly matter are the goals that go into the back of the net, because that'll determine if you walk home with 3, 1, or 0.
I'll be honest with you, Taylor. I think expected goals is the dumbest stat in soccer.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's always fun when you look at a chance and you're kind of guesstimating how many goals you're kind of expected off of it. I definitely think it doesn't tell the whole story, but it's one of the better analytical things we can actually use for soccer. It's kind of a tough game when you're looking at the shooting percentage and stuff like that, because it is tough. I mean, most of the time, it's really a game you scout with your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, you can look at distance miles ran, the tackles made, but unlike sports like baseball or basketball, it's hard to really gauge a performance with numbers.
Yeah.
It's more. It's not just the shots in the back of the net. It's just the flow of play.
Yeah. I just think it's frustrating because my expected goals whenever I play FIFA is always way numbered than the amount I actually score. So it's just, I just don't like, it's just so hard to measure a goal that can be expected. There's so many different factors that can change what looks like a really easy shot into a easier play for the goalkeeper. So it just seems hard to quantify for me.
Exactly, and as someone who does a lot of Football Manager as well, the XG losing when you have more is always the very uncomfortable trend.
Well, I quit games before I lose. No, I'm kidding.
That's the real secret. You quit before you get too upset. But no quitting here. Tampa still has about 75 minutes to get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Spartans down by 1 with 15 minutes through in the first half, and no angry controller throwing can happen in a live game. I can tell you that from experience. Loose ball rolls all the way to Kendall Gooner, one of the 3 center backs for the Spartans. Moccasins now have it at midfield. Now going back, Libman fighting for it, and she takes it away. And now here comes the Mocs again, and a couple of careless passes from the Spartans have allowed Florida Southern to maintain a lot more possession in these last couple of minutes, as Morgan Elliott got the shot on Sophia Libman, or on Aiden Smith, who made an easy save.
It's a dangerous angle for the shot, but doesn't really contest the goal that time. Went right to Smith and picks it up for what will be her second save of the game.
Play on as Bernius pokes it away from the defender Mail, and now here come the Spartans as Libman takes it down the right side. Looking for Bernius up front as the ball's crossed in, trying to find Emerson, and it's kicked away by the Moccasins. They will control.
That was tough because Tampa got it in the box, and that's always such a good spot to get it, but just couldn't find that final touch and shot on goal. Enough Mocs defenders were there to clear it away, but the Spartans will definitely be looking to keep the pressure on and keep this attacking threat going.
And they're looking to cross it in again. It's Bernias trying to fight her way into the box. Ball poked away, and that looks like it's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, should be the first of the game here for the Spartans. There was one taken earlier by Florida Southern. They didn't generate anything out of it. But maybe Spartans will have a little more luck on the set piece. Definitely keep an eye out for any of the tall players to get up there, like Zoe Whitten potentially in the box if they loft it forward. They've got one of the players watching the goalie, second one getting close too, and Holschauer and Limon on the edge of the box, either ready to make a run or kind of patrolling for any initial clearance.
Going to be a corner kick. Standing over the ball on the far side is Kate Russell, who has the Spartans' only shot so far. And it looks like we have a substitution coming on for the Moccasins. Appears to be an injury substitution.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to tell from our angle as the sun has set and the lights are not super bright by Morsani, where the player was exiting the game.
And it is going to be Kennedy Johnson coming on for Liliana Jeffries as the corner kick is stopped quickly by the Moccasins, who make a defensive substitution following an injury to Jeffries. But it's Tampa trying to get the ball in their box. Moccasins with plenty back. A poor pass right into the feet of Bernays. She sends it in off the head of a Moccasin defender, and now it's cleared away. That was a bad mistake from the Moccasins. They're very fortunate that did not tie the game.
That's the type of chances the Spartans have been looking for, and the ones they'll keep looking for over the course of the match. One of them has to go in eventually for Tampa if they want to salvage points or something more.
Still without a shot on net as it's thrown in by Holschauer, finds Bernias, taken away by Elliott, and now it's Elliott again who clears it past midfield. Schimberg is overtaken by Gooner. And now it's back in the middle of the park for the Moccasins. Anita Vera taking it up the pitch. Tries to send it in to find Schimberg. The goal scorer with another shot right at Smith. Loses it, but keeps control and keeps the ball in front of the goal line. And that would have been a very uncomfortable goal had that gone in. But Aiden Smith with her third save of the match.
Yeah, it would have been scary, but our transfer from FGCU does not make mistakes like that. Was able to keep on top of the ball to come up with the stop. Not a bad effort, though, and, sometimes you got to try those long-range shots.
And Carly Brodsky gets it from her defender. Heavy pressure from Tampa, but Brodsky cool as ever, sending the ball forward, and it's taken away by Holschauer. And I really like the way she is playing in this match today for the Spartans, playing really solid defense and absolutely owning the left side of the pitch.
Yeah, Holschauer has been able to do that most of the season. Not a surprise that she's continued tonight.
Ball pings around. Moccasins retain possession. And now they'll play towards the back. Now cutting forward is Gatako. Right on the sideline, taken away by Libman. And the wingbacks for the Spartans have been so crucial on the defensive side of the pitch. Libman clears it, looking for Bernays towards the middle of the pitch, goes over her head and deflects backwards. Now it's with the Moccasins' defense. Caton forward to King.
He got 2 yellows on the bench.
Moccasins with a number 6 playing forward, another 7, and a number 7 playing defense. It's one of the weird soccer numbers I think we'll see.
Yeah, it's always interesting here in the States because, we're kind of, I wouldn't call us connoisseurs, but, we're accustomed to the European game.
And here come the Spartans, shot on net, past the goalie, and it deflects in. Tie game, right past minute number 25, and it's Allie Wold who evens it up on a breakaway chance for the Spartans. 20 minutes in, Allie Wold with a screamer Low-lying shot to the far corner. Absolutely no chance for Carly Brodsky as Wold evens things up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Allie Wold converting on the one-on-one. That's just a high percentage look. That's a high expected goals and converts with a real one in the back of the net. Her third of her Spartan career as a freshman.
And for a freshman, she started all 8 games now, 3 goals and 1 assist. Great start to her career. And I'm sure she's someone that'll be seeing the back of the net quite a bit in these next 4 years. Now the Moccasins bring in the attack, throw in from Morgan Elliott as they're looking to send in a centering cross. But they're well blanketed by the Spartans' defense. Here's Elliott, has her pocket pick, but right behind her is Vera. Now Elliott has it taken away, ball being shielded by the Spartans' defense, and a foul called, so Tampa will get possession.
By the way, some good news for the Spartans. This year, whenever the Mocs concede a goal, they don't win the game. All 3 of their wins this year have come off of shutouts, although do keep in mind they've had 2 draws alongside 3 defeats when they concede. So it's good news for Tampa. As long as they can keep the door shut, they might be able to give them another game where they concede and don't win.
Well, it would still be a good draw considering that it was Florida Southern who got the first goal as Sydney Dennis has the ball taken away. Pass behind the Florida Southern midfielder. And now it's taken away by Carlholm. Carlholm weaves away through the defense, finds Bernias. Nice little touch pass. Bernias can't get around her defender. Great defense from Jordan King. Now here comes Frankie Gayton sprinting up the field. And she's got it on the right side. Sending it in. Nice move from Gayton. Sends in a low-lying cross and some physical play in the middle of the box. No foul called as Florida Southern gets possession right back, and Tampa frantically tries to clear it. They finally do, and it looks like the ref did not fully play advantage, and the Moccasins will get a free kick.
There was a handball on the clearance, it looks like. So that'll lead to the very dangerous free kick position. The action in the box earlier was all clean. Otherwise, there would have been a penalty. That would have been scary for the Spartans. But a 5-player wall will be needed to get in front of this one. And it's the ace of this Mocs offense, Ashley Schimberg, ready to take the free kick. Has the 6 instead of the 9 for being the team striker.
She has a goal already, around 20 yards. Curling shot, but right at the goalie. Aiden Smith makes it look easy. Secures the ball for save number 4 and keeps it tied at 1.
That went right to Smith, but beautiful form on the free kick.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of shot you want. You go around the wall, upper part of the net, but just didn't get it in the corner as she appeared to be aiming for that left corner, but couldn't curl it in.
It had some good curve, but as you said, just not close enough to the corner.
And here comes the Spartans streaking down the right side, have it poked away. Now the Mocs maintain control. Great defense in the attacking area from Florida Southern as it's cleared away by Libman. And that's going to be a throw-in for the Moccasins. No, it stayed in. It looked like that was going out, but once again, we're on field level here in the press box, and you physically cannot see that far sideline.
Yeah, it's always tough because if you look on the stream, we are situated in the press box below where the camera is positioned. So we don't have the upper angle of seeing the action on the far side of the field where the scramble for the ball continues between the Spartans and Mocs. So we have to guesstimate, although I will say, because I've covered plenty of games this season, you get used to telling when something's in and out, but you still make a few mistakes here and there.
Well, it's my first game. That explains why you're on top of it, and I'm very much not.
Yeah. I'd lie and say I was on top of all of them. I've been about 60 to 70% on some of the plays today, I'd say.
And I've been closer to about 6 or 7. But Holshower fights Morgan Elliott for the ball, and possession retained by the Mocs. And now up comes Nelly Brenius, who has really been kind of a target woman in what appears to be a false 9 that this formation is morphed into. And it's almost almost like the Spartans are playing with just three in the back, and Holschauer and Libman have both turned into left and right midfielders almost. A really kind of morphing formation, whereas it's a very strict 4-3-3 for Florida Southern.
Yeah, it certainly is, where for Tampa it's kind of flexible. They've got the 4 defenders in the back, even though there's 5 listed. Widden's playing as the defensive mid rather than a center back. One wingback's up, the other wingback tucks in as a center back. Kind of Pep Guardiola-esque, with sort of a interior fullback shifting back and forth, but they're kind of fluid. It kind of switches up from time to time, but the 4-3-3 system is a popular one at the D2 level.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the first kind of formations you learn. It's my go-to formation in FIFA, as almost on the end line, but picked out of the out-of-bounds goes Carly Brodsky, as pinball headers come from Tampa, but easily saved by Brodsky.
And I wonder, with the new generation of soccer players around the world, not just in the States, but in Europe as well, if that default formation, the 4-3-3, is what's going to actually become the true go-to at all levels, rather than just the 4-4-2, because, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson, he was able to master the 4-4-2 with Manchester United, and it's become a staple at almost all levels of the game. But, you know, more managers, even the ones the lower halves of tables throughout European leagues, they like the midfield strength that the 4-3-3 provides, building off the tactics of Guardiola, of Pep, and everyone else who's used it successfully.
And Carlholm has her pocket picked, and it seemed like Carlholm collided with Anita Vera. No card will be issued, but there will be a free kick for the Moccasins. And honestly, I'm a little surprised there's no card, because Vera had a clear path on goal when she ran into Sophia Carlholm.
Usually I don't mention things like diving in plays like this, but from my angle, it didn't look like there was enough contact to knock her over. So maybe that was the ref. Wasn't sure if there was enough contact to truly justify the foul. Yeah. But it was a clear path opportunity, you have to give it. And in this case, just a warning and no booking, which I think the booking, I wouldn't have been as happy with that, but hey, you can't argue with City Hall.
Curling free kick, just doesn't curl enough as it's stopped at the top of the box by the Spartans. Now Katako controlling it. King sends it in, intercepted. Here's Dennis. Dennis trying to spin away from her defender. Sends a searching ball forward down the right sideline, and it's picked up by Libman, who knocks it back, and that is going to go into the Spartan bench for a Moccasin throw-in.
Haven't had a lot of time to talk about Sydney Dennis, but she's such a vital part of the Spartans team. Almost always plays at the front, but I know this year she's been doing more as an attacking midfielder, as sort of a pivot player in the middle, you know. She'll play as a false 9 from time to time in the role that Brinius is currently at, but here she's really being a shadow striker almost. Maybe even a bit of a Mitsala sort of in her play style, helping supplant the attack with some good passes, good possession wins, and when she surges forward, she's also an extremely dangerous player to have on goal. 1 goal and 2 assists already this season.
Well, Jordan King, the fullback, sending it to number 7, playing out of position, as we've talked about a little bit in terms of the standard jersey numbers. But as you said, Taylor, Sydney Dennis truly embraces that number 10 role as the attacking midfielder. It's Dennis giving chase. Vera taking it down. Now going to the left as Dennis's defense intensifies. And now it's back with the Moccasins. They have really increased their level of possession in the past 10 minutes. And here come the Spartans. King is right there to intercept it. Now Mail. Mail and King playing the two-person game as King centers it. Morgan Elliott now to Gayton. To the far side comes Kennedy Johnson. And now the Spartans intercept it on a foul. Anita Vera fouled again. I believe it was Allie Wold who recorded the foul. Hard to tell.
A deeper free kick this time, but even from this depth, it can still be dangerous.
Actually, Ella Armas, a recent substitution, drawing the foul in her first minute of action. Not the right way to get on the stat sheet, but still a 1-1 match. And we have a substitution coming for Tampa. Lindsay Emerson will exit the pitch, as will Nellie Brinius. And we'll see who's coming on now for the Spartans. First, it is Tali O'Leary replacing Brenius. We'll see if she goes to a true striker position or sticks in that false 9 role that Brenius was playing. And now a nice ball in, but no one there except for Aiden Smith, who gobbles it up. Quickly sends the throw as Tampa's trying to push the pressure. And it really appears the formation has changed again as O'Leary is seemingly playing as a left wing now. So we might have 4-3-3 versus 4-3-3, it seems. But it's really hard to tell who is in the back playing defense for Tampa because they really get all over the pitch. As we just saw Kate Russell make a touch, and now the first touch for the new player, Tali O'Leary, who sends the shot well wide of the net for a goal kick.
Tampa usually does have those wing players. I think the front three are playing a little more centrally to start the period, but O'Leary is pretty strong on that left side and almost got in behind on the through ball earlier. Her shot just off target. She's got 1 goal and 1 assist so far. Wouldn't mind what would be, I believe, a 5th point or 4th point, depending on the way she supplies a goal if she can.
Tali O'Leary really being aggressive, as the other substitution for Tampa was Mimi Cronquist, but O'Leary ruled off sides, and now the Moccasins will get possession.
Yeah, Cronquist, by the way, leading scorer for the Spartans. This is her 2nd game of the season where she's not starting, but she's had 4 goals on the campaign.
See if she can become a super sub in this one as a pass forward from Dennis, intercepted by Morgan Elliott, and she'll retain possession on a throw-in on the near sideline. 13 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-1 is the score as the throw-in goes right off the leg of Holshower for another one. And Kate Russell has pushed forward. She is the closest Spartan to the net, and it's seemingly turned into a 4-1-4-1 almost. Tampa just seemed to be changing formation with every single substitute here, as Kate Russell seems set as the lone striker.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, later in the half, you definitely have Coach Witowski giving some changes to the team, wanting to change what they're doing on the field, seeing how this first half has gone. So the substitutions kind of give you a chance to do that, where you get to say, hey, by the way, let's play like this.
And a lobbed pass inside. Looks like it was too tall, and that's going to be a goal kick. Good idea from Florida Southern. The execution, though, was not quite there. As the clock continues to wind down, almost 10 minutes away from the second half, Aiden Smith is ready for the goal kick. Back goes everyone as these two keepers can boot it. Just about every punt or kick has reached midfield, that one being a rare exception. Here come the Spartans. 2-on-1 next to the Moccasin sideline, but Tampa continues to push forward. And a duel won by the defender. Deflected pass off of Tampa for a Florida Southern throw-in. Florida Southern throws it in as the Moccasins trying to clear it. They're heavily pressured by the Spartans, and now it goes to midfield. Carlholm can't get it, but here is Holshower, who sends it back to her keeper. Aiden Smith winding up, ready for a booming kick, and she sends it. Elliott heads it away, but it still finds Tali O'Leary. O'Leary streaking down the left wing, defended well by King. King falls after she dispossesses O'Leary, and O'Leary getting a little too physical. The foul on Jordan King, and it'll be a Moccasins clearance.
Sitting right next to him. Where were they sitting? Blake was doing the typing, and she was like just sitting on his phone. Every time out, she's a freshman.
Well, on the score, here's Elliott, who sends a deep kick up the pitch.
It's the best part. Blake's a senior?
Now there's Elliott, who was Correction, it was Frankie Gayton on that last free kick as Carl Holm can't head it away. Holshower sends it out of play.
From the initial look of the clearance, it looked like it was headed towards us in the booth, but had a lot more airtime than velocity moving forward.
Yeah, laid up right by midfield for Florida Southern, and the Moccasins will now make a pair of substitutions. Off the pitch goes Allie Prentice, and she's joined by Ashley Schimberg, a surprise substitution. And the two to come on are, for the Florida Southern Moccasins, Sierra Spurk will be replacing the forward Schimberg, and Allison Jenkins coming in as well.
Yeah, we'll certainly see Schimberg back in the second half, but under 10 minutes to go, gets an early breather before halftime.
Just a little bit of rest for the goal scorer. She certainly did her job in the first half. Has a lot of white jerseys surrounding that ball. Carlome sends it to her fullback in Holshower, and it's deflected out for a throw-in. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half, 1-1 the score. Goal first scored by Allie Schimberg and followed up about 10 minutes later by Ashley Schimberg for Florida Southern, Allie Wold for the Spartans. Free kick now, Sophia Carlome going to be clearing it just outside of the box for the Spartans. No extra time in collegiate matches, so at the 45-minute mark, the first half will end. And if this whole game stands, it'll be a tie and a point each.
Getting a late goal here would be huge, though, to just build momentum entering the halftime team talk.
And Zoe Whidden trying to spark that, as that one is sent down and intercepted. Here come the Moccasins now. Down the far sideline. Good one-on-one defense as that pass is poked away and it's intercepted. Holshower sends it up for Dennis, who spins around King and quickly a give and give to Talia O'Leary. Far side for Tampa. Tampa still in control and some physical play. The Spartans were tripped up. Allie Wold fouled by Allison Jenkins. And it's a free kick for the Spartans. Almost at midfield. Tampa sets up for the free kick. This ball sent in on the ground by Gooner. Streaking down the right side goes the Spartans. And a hard, long shot sent in. Good height on it, but it just missed the net wide. Goal kick for Florida Southern. Carly Brodsky didn't need to move to defend that shot from Kendall Gooner. Trying for some long distance.
Well, sometimes it's those long shots that go into the back of the net. I believe it was Talia O'Leary who had that long free kick as a game winner for the Spartans earlier.
Is there anything much better than that? A free kick winner? I mean,
you don't get a lot of
fun to watch.
Only at the D2 level can you get buzzer beaters, quite literally for soccer, so it's always a fun thing to have. But extra time goals are always pretty good, too, across the world of football.
Great move by Dennis, but a pass goes too far into the legs of Jordan King. Elliott with a nifty move, giving it back to Mail, now King. As the Mocs playing from the back, up goes Elliott as they try to push forward. Elliott with a low cross and can't find a red jersey, and that is going to be guarded closely by Gooner. Kicks it back to Smith, who boots it forward. Almost 5 minutes remaining in the half, still 1-1. Wold for the Spartans, Schimberg for the Moccasins, and Schimberg out for the remainder of the half. Play switched up for Holshower. Takes it down the left side. Good ball in. Will it find a Spartan? Yes, it will. Dennis looking for the cross in. Great move. Cuts inside. Low cross, and no one there. Big cross in from Tampa, trying to fight ahead and can't. Cleared away ever so briefly. No, Holshower is beaten. And now here come the Moccasins. Long ball in, good pass, but Carlholm is there on the chase. Plenty of effort coming in from the Mocs as Jamie Klein coming after it. And now it is out of bounds for the throw-in.
What a stop, though, by Carlholm on the long ball. Long-time leader of the Spartans defense, once again making a big play.
And here's Sydney Dennis, who has really just improved with every minute of this match, though her pass was deflected there, and now the Moccasins get back possession under the 5-minute mark in the first half. Ball sent forward, deflected away by Armas, who replaced Sophia Libman at around the 30-minute mark. That one sent in forward. Numbers for the Moccasins, but Carlholm there once again. Will she win the chase? Yes, she will. She clears it out of bounds for a throw-in. Morgan Elliott on the toss. Elliott looking for someone to receive the throw, and it's turned over. Elliott still fighting for possession, wins it back. And now it's sent forward. And something that I've noticed a lot is Florida Southern really likes to play from the back. Their defenders really just kind of pick their passes to try and start the Mocs attack, as that one's deflected away. Russell, the intended receiver, and now it's cleared by the Mocs. Kendall Gooner shifting towards the right back position. Kicking it around. Now we'll switch the play for Holshower. Holshower all alone. And that was well controlled, but close to being a handball. Carlholm now back to Holshower, who's got almost the entire left side to herself. Calling for it was O'Leary, but it's Holshower taking, and now O'Leary takes the deflection. Heavy dribble as she gets towards the box, sends it forward to Dennis. Dennis trying to deke her defender, spins around, and knocks the ball off of King. Can she save it? No, but it goes back to Holshower. Now Carlo sends a long ball into the box, knocked around. Can Tampa get it? Dennis sets it up. Dennis, the shot. Oh, she skies it over the net, and a golden opportunity missed for the Spartans to take their first lead of the match.
It's painful for Dennis. Had the right idea, try to put some power to get it past Brodsky at the far post. But that time, it just went a little bit too high into the night sky. And, you know, looking up from our seats right here, I think we've got a full moon.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see it on stream, unfortunately, but that's just more reason to come to Pepin Stadium for these night games. You get to see the moon in person.
It's just a beautiful night in a facility that when I first got here, I thought was the football field. I mean, it's just a really nice field that these ladies are playing on right now and are treating us to quite a nice match. 1-1 the score in the first half as each team looks for a way to break the tie. Moccasins try and get an attack forward. Now they send the ball backwards. Now Elliott. Holshower, easy there with a header. Ball sent forward to Russell, lays it off, and it's taken away from Zoe Whitten, who came up very far, and a foul called. Free kick for the Mocs. Final minute of the first half, 1-1 still the score. Wold and Schimberg for Tampa and Florida Southern. Naming the goal scorers in reverse chronological order. And now the Mocs looking for what could be their final attack of the half. That one's deflected away. Russell tries for it, can't get there. And it's back with the Mocs. Elliott under control, takes it down the right side, sends it forward. High cross in, searching for a receiver, and it finds Aiden Smith, who makes the leaping save. Deflection as close to the end of the half are we. Cleared by Smith, and we'll see if the Spartans can get themselves a chance at attack. But it looks like the Moccasins will be under control of the ball. And they will just play it through the back and end the first half with a 1-1 score. Tie ball game at the end of half number 1. Ashley Schimberg with the first goal under the first 10 minutes of the match. Within 10 minutes, the Spartans had tied it up with Allie Wold connecting for a low, screaming shot, evening this matchup at 1. Sunshine State Conference clash between the Spartans and the Moccasins. Half number 1 ends in a tie. We'll be back shortly with another half of soccer here at University of Tampa. The field switches, possession swishes as the Moccasins will begin the second half. They scored first, but a later goal about 10 minutes following the opener from Ashley Shinberg, slotted in by Allie Ward as the Spartans even things up at 1-1. Collision at midfield, Sophia Carholm involved, and we might have an injury as it is Frankie Gayton who is holding the upper part of her leg.
Good
and
to see.
She'll stay on.
Yeah, good to see Gayton up and moving, but she was down on the ground for a second. Definitely hurting a little bit after the injury, but she's able to play on.
As someone who has the back of a 90-year-old, seeing someone clutching their back on the ground is just not something you want to see, because let's just say that happens to me just about every morning. But the Spartans ping-ponging it around in their defensive zone as the header from Breneus slots up. And a newcomer in, Mimi Cronquist, still at the forward position for the Spartans as it's sent forward by Gooner. Deflects out of bounds, though I believe it was still last touched by Kendall Gooner, and it's confirmed with the Moccasins throw-in. They have Riley Hasegawa in the match to open the second half. Brooke Kittner starting the second half. She did not play the first for the Spartans, as here comes Schimberg. Great defense there by Sydney Dennis, deflecting what would have been a dangerous cross, though the clearance goes right back to Gayton. Now King on the right side. Taken away by the Spartans. Tampa trying to get it out of their zone. A little too many moves, and now it's a turnover. Here come the Mocs. They cut inside. Schimberg looking for it. She's got it at the top of the box. Schimberg sends it down the right wing, and that will harmlessly roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Schimberg trying to call for a corner, but the refs were not amused. 1-1 the score, 3 minutes into half number 2. Schimberg for Florida Southern, Wold for Tampa, with both goals coming in the first half. Nice ball in, but Tampa gets possession. Now they'll send it down the left side, and it's quickly taken away. So throw in right at the half-field line for the Spartans. It's Holshower, as the Spartans had 5 in the back to start the game. Now more traditional 4 in the back with Holshower and Armas as the fullbacks left to right. The center back pairing Zoe Whiddon and Sophia Carlholm. Or, sorry, not Zoe Whiddon. It is Kendall Gooner with Carlholm in the center back position. There's Whiddon. She seems to have drifted up more into the 6th position at the defensive mid. Still with a tendency to drop back as she is dispossessed, and the ball stays with Florida Southern. Sloppy passing at the center of the pitch as Schimberg sends it forward. Now the Moccasins playing back with their defense, a strategy they employed quite often in that first half. And it's really been a defensive battle for the most parts, each team taking advantage of a couple of chances. 4 saves for Aiden Smith. Carly Brodsky allowed the 1 shot on net for the Spartans to reach the back. A beautiful strike to the far post from Allie Wold that ended up as the tying goal. King lobs a pass out of bounds. Throw in for the Spartans in the attacking third of the pitch.
As you mentioned, they've only had one shot on goal, but right here, they'd love to try to get a second and potentially a second one into the back of the net, but they'll have to reset the ball after that clearance.
And that one is kicked away by Gooner, knocked off of the leg of Jamie Klein. But back off of Gooner, and before the refs can change it, it's a throw-in. And now it's Schimberg controlling on the left side. She sends in a cross. Diving is Smith. She can't get there. Goalie's out of position, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Florida Southern for a goal kick.
That was a very nice cross, and for Aiden Smith, she just was caught off guard as she couldn't go and clear it away in time. But thankfully for the Spartans, the Mocs attacker was just not ready at the far post to tap it in. It fell just out of play and now gives the Spartans a goal kick.
Yeah, not enough numbers forward for Florida Southern there, but that was a dangerous-looking cross from Schimberg. Low enough that Smith felt she could easily get there, but just far out of her reach. If there was one more Florida Southern attacker on that right side, it'd be a 2-1 game right now. Now Jamie Klein controlling. Taken away by Armas, who has filled in expertly for Sophia Libman after she was taken out, as it is a foul called on Jamie Klein. I was right. Foul called on Jamie Klein. Free kick for Kendall Gooner and the Spartans at half field. 7 minutes have gone by in the second half. Still a 1-1 score. Gooner boots in the free kick, sends it into the box. It's knocked away, and Armas, great move, sticking out her left leg to keep possession for the Spartans. Holschauer sends it forward. It's picked off by King, chasing after it as the ball rolls towards the corner flag, and it's out of bounds for, I believe, a Spartans throw-in. So still a 1-1 scoreline, running time, but no extra time. And this game would end in a draw if the score remains the same. Forward coming in, Brodsky has no choice but to come off her line to scoop up the throw-in into the box, and she'll now punt it away. Big boot from Brodsky. Both goalies have not been subbed out as pinball passing continues. A turnover to another turnover, and now it is Florida Southern coming up through the right side. That ball deflected and now cleared away by the Spartan defense for a throw-in. And Jordan King will come off. Morgan Elliott will come back on. In the attacking third are the Moccasins. Cross deflected away and now cleared away by Wold. Here come the Spartans streaking down the left side, but it's taken away. Ball quickly won back by Tampa. And now it's going to Aubrey Wilkerson, who just checked in at the beginning of the half. Corner kick for the Spartans now, as Dennis will dribble it to the corner flag. Sydney Dennis with one shot so far today, as a loaded box gets ready from a corner from the left-hand side. Still a 1-1 score. Dennis is ready. In-swinging ball towards the far post. Ball knocked around. Still free. Trickling out of the box, and Tampa will send another high-arcing pass back in. That clears the top of the net for a goal kick. On that shot was Ella Armas, and she just put a little too much mustard on that as she was trying to find another white jersey for a header. Goal kick for Brodsky. Send a boot just in front of half field. And numbers back for Florida Southern. Foul called, and that will be on Mimi Cronquist, who came in for the final 10 minutes or so of the first half and has started in the second half so far for the Spartans. 10 minutes of the second half has elapsed. Score remains even at 1 apiece. Could you guys just turn the volume down on that a little lower, please? Thank you. Go Liberty, go. Free kick for Tampa. And it's taken. Nice ball in, but it's deflected away by Elliott. Arma sends it forward into a red cleat. And a cool pass from Gooner, who gets it right back from her goalie, Aiden Smith. The boot forward from Gooner. Controlled on the sideline, but a bit too much as Klein slips but maintains possession. Searching ball coming forward, rolling out of bounds for a Spartans throw-in. Armas to throw. Long throw at midfield, easily intercepted by Gayton. And now it's Jamie Klein, who has really gotten more action in the second half so far. Armas dispossesses Prentice. Now the left side with Holshower. Sends a high arcing pass, searching for the number 9 in Brooke Kittner. And Spartans will throw it in on the far sideline. Kittner knocks it away, and I'm not sure, it should be a Florida Southern throw-in, and it is. Just a lot of bodies by that far sideline, possibly making contact for that with that ball. Clearance from Carl Ohm. No foul called, and a great move as Jamie Klein's going to run it up the right side. Sliding past her defenders, and a great slide tackle. Knocks that one out of bounds. Kendall Gooner and Lauren Holshower were both there on the defense, but a great run from Jamie Klein turned into nothing by a strong defensive adjustment. Side header ends up back with the Moccasins. Prentice trying to push it forward. It's deflected all the way back to Florida Southern's back line. Klein is kind of playing in a left wing back role. Started the game as a midfielder, but really, as the left back in the continued 4-4-3, or 4-3-3, excuse me, from the Moccasins. Prentice to Hasegawa. Now forward, and that one will go back to the Spartans. No opportunities have been afforded to either team in the second half. Couple of missed chances. Some shots that cleared the net from both sides, but really just one difficult shot, one dangerous shot, it seemed, from each team in the second half.
Yeah, for Florida Southern, it came off the cross rather than an actual shot on goal. But, we still got 30 minutes, and both teams probably going to keep pushing for more of those opportunities as we continue. Still a stalemate, though.
Yeah, and you can tell that the intensity has definitely been increased from both sides. There is just a lot more concerted effort to try and push the ball towards the net from either side in the second half after a really hotly contested first, as the turnover lands on the feet of Cronquist, who pops it up, deflected off a Moccasin defender. Pinball continues towards the sideline, and that time it goes out of bounds. Mocs on the throw. Spartans on the throw-in. Well, again, a lot of bodies on that far sideline. And on to throw is Holshower. Sends a long throw down the sideline, looking for Brenius, who has been very quiet in the second half after she was, really the target as the false nine in the first.
Yeah, Tampa's attack has definitely changed a little bit in the second half, but I think that's also part of just how strong Tampa is overall. I think we're seeing more involvement from players like Cronquist and Tally O'Leary.
And it's really, the Spartans have seemed to move another player forward after starting the game with 5 in the back. And for the better part of the first half, really, and for the entirety of the second half, it's been 4 in the back for Tampa.
Yeah, they had started with Wooden at sort of that defensive midfield role, but after the opening goal, she definitely did less dropping to the back line and more staying forward in that defensive mid role, rather than really playing as a deeper anchor and maybe even like halfback role, if you will.
Yeah. She kind of went from a 5 to a 6 pretty quickly in this second half. The first half, though, she was held pretty quiet. Now she's getting more involved as a nice move from Kate Russell to cut inside. Gives her some space. Russell deking defenders, this time as a dispossessed. And now the Mocs take control. Long ball up the far sideline. Carlome chasing. Will it stay in bounds? It will. She kicks it back to the goalie. Pressure from the Mocs. And now Smith clears it away. Throw in for Florida Southern, and that will be taken by Morgan Elliott, who has switched between the fullback positions in the first and second half. Florida Southern gaining possession in their own territory, and a great tackle made by Whitten. No foul called, despite Prentice seemingly asking for it in front of the referee. Good tackle by Zoe Whitten. Now it's the Mocs again, up with Mail, pushing up from the defensive part. And she has kind of played an in-between center back and center defensive midi role for the majority of this game, has Madison Mail. She's played the entirety of this one as we are in the 63rd minute. In the second half, still a 1-1 score line. Another excellent slide tackle, but this time it ends in a Moccasins corner. And I'd like to thank both teams for keeping their corner kicks on the far side of the pitch, so it makes it a lot easier for us to see.
Yeah, I've got the good view for our short corners right here, the closer to the left-hand side of the field in terms of the Mocs attacking, but from the Mocs' right-hand side and the Spartans' left will be where this one comes in, as you mentioned, on the outside part of the field.
And looking for who is taking the corner, but the corner kick taker's blocked by Brooke Kittner playing at the top of the box, trying to prevent the deflection. Ashley Schimberg on the in-swinging ball. Great pass, but no one else gets on it. And it is going to be a goal kick, but that was just exactly what you'd ask any corner kick taker to do from Ashley Schimberg. Really good cross, but no one else could get ahead on it.
Yeah, it looks like it did roll off of someone, but just, not on target. But dangerous for the Mocs. The Spartans not going to want to give up too many of those set-piece positions.
Schimberg with the goal for the Moccasins has also made some really nice passes, but not all of her teammates have been following suit as Dennis unable to dribble out of a swarming Moccasins defense as Hasegawa controls it. Now she flips it back to Klein. Now back almost into the box. And here's Wilkerson. She'll boot it all the way upfield. Plenty of space for Schimberg on the left side, but she is taken off the ball by Gooner. And Schimberg will throw it in. Sends it in towards the middle. Now Schimberg. Pass deflected away by Armas. Here's Vera. A Moccasin who seemed to be controlling most of their possession in the first half, but that was one of her rare touches in the second, as now Vera controls, well defended by Armas. Good physical defense. Turnovers away, and it's cleared away as Vera was able to get the corner around Armas, but not much farther. Moccasin still in dangerous territory as the ball is sent in towards Vera, who is going to be ruled offsides. Easy call by the referee, and now Tampa will get possession back. 66th minute of action. And the Spartans and Moccasins are tied at 1. Steal from Mail. She dribbles it down. The center back going all the way down the pitch. Mail remains as part of the attack, and she keeps moving forward. Sends it towards the side. 2 in the box for the Mocs. They look for a cross, but 2 Tampa defenders deflected away. Out of bounds, and a throw-in for Florida Southern. We're seeing good, clean defense in the second half. Not too many whistles have been coming out of the referees' pockets. Elliott sends a cross, headed away by Callholm, looking for Russell. Vera sends it in. Knocked away. Spartans fighting to gain possession, which has been dominated by the Moccasins in the second half. And now Brenius might have some space down the left side. She falls, and there is no foul to be called. Looked like she tripped on her own. And a solid no call from the referee, unfortunate as it is for the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, even though we are cheering for the Spartans, that was the right call. I think just not enough contact to justify the foul there. Would have been a dangerous free kick, but... And now the Spartans will just have to build a brand new attack as they'll get a throw-in right by their bench.
Yeah, last 2 passes in, searching in, have ended up deflected away by the Moccasins. Keep it a 1-1 tie in the 67th minute. About 2/3 away from the conclusion of this contest. Still a 1-1 score line, with both goals being scored in the first 20 minutes. And a dangerous ball going in, but Aiden Smith is there to greet it. Skies one towards Russell, fighting on the sideline, and the battle won by Jamie Klein, able to fend off Russell to earn the throw-in. Klein will throw. Schimberg blanketed and fouled by Ella Armas, her second foul of the day. First Spartan with multiple fouls as Tampa and Florida Southern now each have 6.
Armas getting an extra, I think, warning from the ref there. Just to be careful on those challenges, especially as he mentioned with having a second foul. Has had a tough play like that before. Does not want to get a yellow card.
Yeah, and you got to think third time's going to be a charm if there's another physical play on Ella Armas. Free kick deflected away, ping-ponging around the center of the offensive zone. Schimberg finds a pass, shot curling right in to the arms of Aiden Smith. Good idea on that last shot, and a great ball played by Schimberg, but the shot may have been rushed by the Moccasins. It was Hasegawa who gave Smith her 5th save.
By the way, looking across the entirety of Tampa sports, it's rivalry games in volleyball and men's soccer, too. Tampa's men's side losing 1-0 on the road at Beren Field in Lakeland. But at the Jenkins Fieldhouse, Tampa's volleyball team, who remain undefeated, have a 2-1 advantage entering the 4th set. Just a minute ago, they took a 25-18 win in set 3.
And within the minute, an offensive substitution made by the Spartans. Ella Armas replaced by Talia O'Leary. And you got to think that is just a really intelligent substitution at this stage of game from Erin Switalski. She seems to be going for the win here, but the cross is scooped up by Brodsky. So Talia O'Leary, who might not have much to show for it in the stat sheet, was solid on the left wing. She'll replace Ella Armas. And another reshuffle is in order as Zoe Whiddon has shifted from the 6 role over to the right back roll. And now Whitten sends it forward, but no one there. Turnover. And now here's Jamie Klein with the Moccasins. Schimberg has been the target on most Florida Southern passes as Schimberg is pushed out of the way by Kendall Gooner as she has committed her first foul of the day. And Schimberg taking a bit to get up. I think that's why the referee came over to try and get her up there. He will not show a card to Kendall Gooner, rightly so, but it'll be a free kick at around 40 yards. Jamie Klein standing over it. Far side of the box is stacked for Florida Southern as Klein sends the searching ball in. Outswinger, and that seemed like it was mishit, and it's going to be deflected around, laid up for Carlholm. Now Russell heads it away, and Tampa turns it over, and they get it back.
Yeah, very clearly you could tell, just hit with the wrong part of the foot, where instead of going straight towards the far part of the box, maybe by the far post, it just sort of rolls the other way, away from the box and from danger.
Moccasins trying to start a dangerous attack here. Anita Vera with great dribbling skill sends the pass in, looking for the cross. Schimberg the target. Great play by Whitten to knock it away. Zoe Whitten just saved a goal on a very, very good cross into the center of the pitch, and now it's going to be another corner kick for Florida Southern. So Zoe Whitten with the defensive play of the game for sure on that header, knocking a easy-looking goal away from Ashley Schimberg, who is now on the ball for the corner kick. 18 minutes remaining in the game, still 1-1. Poor corner from Schimberg, and it's easily taken away by Tampa, rolling back towards the end line, and Schimberg will pick it up and take it back to the corner flag.
I think within the last 10 minutes, the Mocs have really been in control. They've had possession. They've had a lot of these set-piece opportunities.
And here's another one. Schimberg sends in a corner. Better this time, but it still finds a Spartan as it's knocked away. Now Schimberg sends in a low cross. Deflected, still with the Moccasins. Here's Schimberg. And too heavy of a dribble. That's cleared away. Not too far, and it still ends up playable for the Moccasins. Cross in, knocked away. Whitten knocked down, but no foul called as she just ran into the outstretched leg of a Florida Southern forward. Ball goes all the way back to Smith, who secures it. And she'll punt it away. In the 73rd minute, still a 1-1 score line. 4 corners for the Florida Moccasins, with 3 of them so far in the second half. And a poor pass from the Spartans. That'll end up with Moccasins possession. And we have a substitution. Anita Vera will check out from the contest. And I believe that it is Jasmine Adames, confirmed, that the St. Lucie West high school grad is going to replace Anita Vera, who has been the best offensive player outside of Ashley Schimberg for Florida Southern.
15 minutes to go, and actually 16. I was 1 minute early. Not impossible for Vera to get back onto the field, but for now, taking a breather and would need a late substitution to re-enter the ball game. But a fresh pair of legs for the Mocs, maybe that could be the missing piece to some of these dangerous attacks that just haven't found that clinical finish.
And they have been very aggressive with their crosses. They look for one now, long-distance shot. It looked like it was going wide anyways, but a sliding save by Aiden Smith, her 6th, keeps it a 1-1 ball game. High punt crosses the midfield line. Now here comes the Spartans looking to build off of that big kick. Kate Russell sends it. Dennis spins away from defenders. Now the ball sent in, reaches a mock. And that one knocked away. And a player slow to get up for the Mocs. That's Kate Russell, who now up. Looked like she got kicked in the stomach. by a Moccasins defender as both were going for the ball. And the clock stopping close to 15 minutes remaining in the contest, still 1-1. It looks like it's going to be a free kick for the Spartans, despite the continued protests of Riley Hasegawa. But the Spartans get the drop kick, and Talia O'Leary tries to escape two defenders. She does not. Mox down the right side. And a great defensive play from Allie Wold, but Florida Southern still maintains possession. And the first couple of minutes, Tampa was in control, but really since that first goal, it's been all Florida Southern. They've got another chance here. Schimberg, and a great glove save by Aiden Smith. Schimberg close to the net, and she looked keen on getting that second goal, but Aiden Smith reaching back and swatting that ball out of the net. Her best save of the night. She's now got 6.
Aiden Smith, being 5'10", just had enough wingspan to get to what would have been a late but high shot right on target. And as you mentioned, Josh, that was the most important save that Smith has needed to make out of the 7 she's had in the match. That one's crucial as it keeps us level with a little under 14 minutes to go.
Zoe Whidden made another goal-saving play earlier in the second half, but Aiden Smith with a spectacular save on a shot that was not aimed well, still center cut in the net, but certainly high enough to cause trouble for the Spartans goalie. Now the Spartans looking to cause some trouble. Russell centers it. Now it's kicked out towards the right side. Pass too tall, and it's going to be a goal kick. There's a lot of different angles on this field, man. Don't even worry about it.
Tampa looks to be making a change here. I think O'Leary exiting for the moment. And back onto the field, it's the 17 of Lindsay Emerson.
Yeah, O'Leary had just been subbed on about 5 minutes ago or so. Not too soon, but looking for a little bit more balance, getting a central midfielder Emerson back in, who left at the 30-minute mark of the first half. And Zoe Whidden sends it down, out of bounds. And that will be Moccasins' ball. And the Spartans have some more substitutions. Off comes off comes Brooke Kittner. On comes Mimi Cronquist, who started the second half on the pitch and now returns to action. Goal kick from Brodsky sent towards half field. Knocked forward, and Kate Russell possesses. Russell, nice idea on the pass. Execution foiled by great defense from Hasegawa. And another good defensive stop from Whidden. Keeps the ball in the offensive half as Wold, Tampa's goal scorer tonight, sends it forward. Fight on the near sideline as Lindsay Emerson tries to poke it away from the defense. Does not. Now Whidden heads it up. Russell back to Whidden. Playing it back, almost intercepted by Jasmine Adames. Here comes Russell. She has been huge in the midfield for Tampa. Sends in a long shot right at the goalie. And Carly Brodsky only had to get her hands down to make that play. That was right at her.
That, I think, will be the first save of the game for Brodsky, as that was a shot on target. Not a very high percentage look, but a lot of Tampa's efforts on goal have just been away from the goal, so Brodsky had been sitting on a 0 save percentage, but now is back up to 500 today.
Yeah, neither team in this second half has had too many chances inside the box. There was really that, reaching back glove save from Aiden Smith stopping Schimberg. That was the only shot inside the box. Most of these shot attempts, particularly in the second half, have been from past the 18-yard box. As we had a foul called, I believe it is Breneus was there, Madison Mayle was there for Florida Southern. And we have an injury timeout. On comes the athletic trainer for Florida Southern. That's Kat Malik. And that looks like a bad injury. The clock has stopped. 11:18 remains in the second half as the Mocs have a player down next to the Spartans bench. Now, there's going to be a stoppage in play. And which team right now do you think needs this stoppage to recoup more?
Yeah, I'd say both teams, For Florida Southern, they've started to lose a little bit of the momentum. They've stopped having as many direct attacks back-to-back, but when you look at Tampa, they're doing pretty well in terms of defending, but want to sort of rekindle that attacking spark. That's why you see some of the changes like Cronquist back onto the field, one of the more dynamic forwards from the Spartans. It's always great to see the Swedish junior getting action because she knows how to find the back of the net, one of the top goal scorers for the Spartans. But really, this could kind of be treated almost as a hydration break here as the player is still checked on at the field. And the downside of the play looks like it isn't just, say, like a hydration cramp where sometimes, you need some water after being exhausted. It does look like something that could be a bit more notable. Hopefully nothing too serious, but for everyone else, they'll be able to rest up and expect a little more intensity when play resumes, as both sides have a bit more in the tank, and actually very promising to see the player up on her own 2 feet.
And the player is Madison Mail, walking off primarily under her own power. Does not appear that a sub is imminent, and that may change as Mail is being guided off the field by her athletic trainers. And I don't think she will come back, but it does not appear that a substitution has been made just yet. You love to see the toughness from Madison Mail after a really scary-looking collision, had her on the ground for a minute. Drop ball just eludes Ashley Schimberg, and it'll be a throw-in for Tampa on the far side. The clock has now resumed. Still 1-1 in the 79th minute. Moccasins now with a throw-in. And Mail is back in the game. Oh, wait, no, she's not. That's Morgan Elliott. Defense now is Gayton Wilkerson and Elliott. Riley Hasagawa has been back on defense a little bit, but I do believe Madison Mail will not return. Nope, there she is. She is back now. So Madison Mail back out on the pitch, a great sign. Good sign for Bernius as she has control in front of her bench, sends it towards the middle. Wold back to Bernius, intercepted. Throw in now for the Spartans as we have passed the 10-minute mark into the 81st minute, still tied at 1 as each team looks to salvage an extra point. Russell bouncing the ball around the defenders. Emerson almost got there, but a great deflection kept the ball off of her foot with an open lane towards the net. Still controlled by the Spartans, though, as Emerson gets it back. She cuts towards the middle, sends a high arcing pass that pinballs around. Great control from Russell, who's looking for a shot. Now back to Whitted. Whitted sends in the cross. Header missed, and the defense knocks it back towards the goalie. And Carly Brodsky was certainly on her toes on that one, but to no avail on a really solid attack from the Spartans.
Yeah, there was an attack. There was a header. It just was from the Florida Southern defender and not the intended Spartan target.
Kate Russell has really began to push the pace through the midfield, and she is tripped up. Immediately a foul called on Jamie Klein, and it'll be a free kick for the Spartans, who are really rushing to try and save the running clock as they look to salvage a late win on home soil. Still 1-1, 8.5 to go in the contest. And now the free kick boomed forward, and a high arcing shot, and lands on the top of the net off the foot of Kendall Gooner, and man, does she have a boot on her.
Yeah, a lot of Spartans with a lot of power, but it's also really good to see a young player like Kendall Gooner, who is a sophomore previously at UTSA, being able to showcase some of the power on that attack, even though it doesn't find the back of the net. She'll be a tough player for teams to deal with for hopefully years to come.
Yeah, still impressive to put a ball from past half field onto the top of the opposing net. As a foul called, free kick for the Moccasins. No card will be issued. So a free kick. It's Elliott on the attempt, and she'll bang one forward. Headed forward, Brenius now, trying to get away from three different defenders, and that has been the calling card for Florida Southern. It seems like any time the Spartans have the ball in an attacking part of the pitch, with Zoe Whidden getting a one-on-one being a rare exception, there have been multiple red jerseys swarming. And now a nice cross in, open side of the net, but just pushed wide on as Allie Wold was a matter of inches away from giving Tampa the lead for the first time today.
So close there. It was a good effort, and honestly, may have been more of a shot than a cross.
Yeah,
I think you would have wanted to try to curl it the other direction with the foot. Although that being said, that's a lot easier to say than physically do with the foot on a play like that. Tampa still looking a lot better, though, in these recent minutes.
Yeah, Brenius has been a lot more active, and the Spartans' attack looked the best when she was heavily involved in it. And Brenius now really pushing forward with the aggression from the Spartans, who now get a throw-in attempt. Zoe Whidden's going to come in from defense to throw it. And Brenius was more of a false 9. Now she seems like a true 9 in that striker position in the second half. Now she is just finding forward space, and it's going to be a corner kick. And the first time I'm going to have difficulty seeing what happens.
Yeah, always tough at these angles, but if we don't see the kick necessarily, we'll see where it lands in the box.
So a near side corner. Here it comes. Low ball in swinging, and it's going to find a moccasin foot. As that ball kind of backspins over the head of Kate Russell with the Mocs controlling. Russell deflects it, and that's going to be too far away, and it's going to be a goal kick for Carly Brodsky. Five minutes now remaining in the contest. Still a 1-1 draw in a crucial SSC matchup. And a steal from the Moccasins. They're going to push the pace with even numbers forward. Ball knocked towards the middle. Prentice sends it forward. Schimberg is the target. She's got two defenders surrounding her. Deflected away. Another shot deflected. I believe that's Klein who knocks it wide, and it's going to be a goal kick for Aiden Smith. So a good opportunity on a great defensive play from Florida Southern, but not much else once they had a chance on offense.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Mocs. Just the kick rolled the wrong way off the foot.
And contact on the sideline, a foul called, and rightly so. And it's going to be a card. Yellow card to Nellie Brenius. And that did seem like a sloppy challenge right in front of the ref, right in front of the sideline. And you saw a couple of Tampa players just throw up their arms in frustration. as that was not a well-timed foul for Breneas, who now has 2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Spartans. Breneas not really happy, I think, about the call at all. But listen, you can't argue with City Hall, and especially when you get a yellow card, you need to be careful because if you're too animated about it, you could get another yellow card for dissent. Tampa can't afford going a player down this late. But for now, Tampa will just have to deal with the booking as that's going to go out for a throw-in for the Mocs.
4 minutes remain now in the contest. No goals have been scored in the second half. Florida Southern had the best chances, but Aiden Smith and the Spartans defense has remained stout and kept this game tied. 7 saves from Aiden Smith.
Smith would certainly be my player of the game today.
Absolutely.
For the Spartans, with what an effort she has had in goal so far with some big stops. There's a reason that Florida Southern hasn't been able to reclaim the lead. It's because of Tampa's number 1.
Yeah, certainly, if we're picking player of the games for both sides, it seems pretty easy. Ashley Schimberg for Florida Southern has been all over the pitch. 6 of the Florida Southern's 10 shots have come off of her foot, and all of them were on net. And then, as you mentioned, Taylor, Aiden Smith has been a brick wall in the net. It took a shot that deflected off of the inner post to get by her. And if that is the goal that's being scored, that's one you tip your hat to anyway.
Exactly. And if she had been able to parry that shot, she would be in line for a potential clean sheet again. And she's already had a handful of those this season, 5 in total. This would be, I think, the second time this season, if Tampa holds on to the point here, that Tampa will have gotten a win or tie in a game that is not a shutout. And that's just a testament to the Spartans' defense, how good they've been all year long.
And they really stepped up after that first goal was scored. But, again, Aiden Smith has bailed them out multiple times in net. We'll see if she has a chance to here, but that's kicked out of the Spartans box for a throw-in. In a different kind of football, we'd call this the 2-minute warning. With 2 minutes remaining in the second half, 1-1 still the score. Each team's looking for almost a desperation attack this late in the game. Both trying to salvage extra points, and now a nice run down the left side from Tampa. She's cut in, knocked down, and a foul called. Free kick on the edge of the box, but far sideline for the Spartans.
Yeah, it'll be the late corner kick for Tampa. There actually wasn't a foul called on play. Rough collision, but now instead it's just a very late set piece for Tampa. And, for teams that are second to last and third to last on the Sunshine State Conference table, they'd love to get the 3 points right here and jump further up the rankings.
Kate Russell on the far side for the corner, 4th of the game for the Spartans. Beautiful ball in, and it's smothered by Carly Brodsky. I believe a foul's called on Tampa as the whistle blows. And now Brodsky will have to go back for the goal kick, trying to speed it up, so that confirms a foul was called. Kick taken back by Tampa. Emerson controlling, sends it in forward, but too far for Breneas. Right back into the arms of Carly Brodsky. 30 seconds remain as Brodsky quickly sends the kick towards half field as Florida Southern tries to make their potentially final attack a successful one. Eyes on number 6, Allison Schimberg in the middle of the pitch, flanked by 2 Spartans defenders. But now the Spartans in control. Breneas kicks it forward. And now the Mocs get it back. 10 seconds remain. And here's the Mocs on the last attack. Do they have a chance in them? No. Denied by Kendall Gooner, and that is going to be the ball game. Gooner down, and she'll get back up as time elapses. And it ends in a 1-1 tie. 90 minutes complete. 1-1 the score, and the Tampa Spartans salvage a draw after a very early goal from Ashley Schimberg of Florida Southern. Last 2 matches, have resulted in draws for the Tampa Spartans, and both of those games were right here at Pepin Stadium. Schimberg, the goal scorer for Florida Southern. Ali Wold, the goal scorer for the Tampa Spartans, in a really well-balanced, evenly played game that ended up even on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, Florida Southern had a few more of the attacking chances and shots on goal, but Tampa was dangerous and did put shots directed towards the goal, although a few of them just didn't happen to be on target as often as Florida Southern. But, you know, both teams back and forth. It's really hard to say if one team truly deserved the points more than another, and they'll both take a crucial secondary point for Sunshine State Conference play. Florida Southern now up to 3 on the season, Tampa up to 2 on the season. No real changes in the standings, but as both teams have a lot of games in hand, they've got time to keep climbing the rankings.
So the last 2 matchups between Florida Southern and Tampa ended in draws, the 4th draw between the two teams since the series started back in 1998. And the Florida Southern trying to bridge that gap. It has been a series mainly dominated by the Spartans, but neither team dominating today. Tampa will hit the road after this game for the next 2 weeks in Embry-Riddle, and then at Nova Southeastern as conference play continues before senior night against Barry on the 26th. So some key games coming up this season for the Spartans as their record goes to 4 wins, 1 loss, and now 3 draws. We'll have some volleyball, some men's soccer coming up in the coming weeks, but that is going to be it for tonight's broadcast of Spartans women's soccer, finishing in a 1-1 draw with the Florida Southern Moccasins. Josh Sperber, Taylor Stowworthy here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's game. And we'll see you down the road with plenty more Sunshine State Conference action coming up from the University of Tampa. But until then, thank you all for tuning in, and please enjoy your Wednesday night.